Okay, thank you, Sebastian. Good afternoon, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Miss.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Hopefully, you are doing fine today. Are you? Are you doing fine today?
Alhamdulillah, Miss.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay,
And you?
great for having you in a good condition. Did you have the Zoom meeting for the previous lessons? Two previous lessons?
No, Miss.
No? Okay, so this is the only Zoom meeting that you have today?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, and I think this is the last Zoom meeting that you will have for the first project for English and also Lab Bahasa 3. Yeah. Yeah. And welcome. I want to say officially welcome to the theoretical English lesson. Yeah, actually, okay, I want to state it clearly that actually I'm your theoretical English teacher. Okay, so if you need to consult anything related to the LBIS project, which are presentation and about the topics and something like that, please contact your LB teacher, not me. Okay, but if there are you want to ask anything related to the theoretical English lesson, just text me or chat me. Okay, for example, like talking about the scripts, yeah, I mean the rule of the scripts or something like that, and then about the assignments that I uploaded on Google Classroom. So that's the thing that I ask the students to do. So please consult it to me, not to the LB teachers. Okay, jadi tolong bedakan ya. Saya guru teori, and then Miss Yoni and also Miss Newman are your LB 3 teachers, your Lab Bahasa teachers. Okay, and today I'm inviting you here in our English class to, like what I said in my announcement, I want to explain the things related to your first project. What is it about?
It's about procedure text.
Procedure text, right? Thank you, Ali, for responding. Right, it is about procedure text. Okay, so you are there are two products that you have to make, right? The first is the script, and the second is making a presentation, right? Am I right? Yeah, and I think you are familiar with the method that the teachers use for finishing this first project, because last year when you were in the 11th grade, the teachers also used the same method. Like we collaborated, the theoretical English and also the practical English collaborated to work to finish the same project. And actually, because the materials are integrated to one to each other, yeah, we work together, and we and also the scores that you will get are going to going to mix into one score in your report letter, which is for the English score. Okay, and before I start, there are some rules for our meeting, not only for today, but also for other meetings. But yeah, as you know that you will only meet with me once for every project. If there are only 2 projects in one semester, so you will only meet me twice in a semester, in a Zoom meeting, I mean. And also the next semester, you will meet me twice too. So in 1 year, you will only meet me 4 times in Zoom meeting. And +1, it is for the introduction from the teachers, right? Really in the beginning of the semester, when I join with Ms. Yun, also Ms. Nyoman, to greet you all, to welcome you all. Okay, the first rule is always turn on your video if it is possible. Yeah, and the second is please respond me. Okay, whenever I'm asking you or yeah, I'm asking you or I'm asking for your response. If you cannot say anything from your with your microphone, you may type it in a chat room, or there in the Zoom application, there is a feature that can tell you that you are responding to something, right? By giving reaction, by showing me the visual reactions, okay? It means that if you give your response, you can hear my voice and also you understand what I am saying, okay? Is that clear for you? Yes, okay. And the second is, and the third, okay, sorry. Feel free to interrupt me, okay? Whenever, first, I am speaking too fast. And the second, you don't understand what I am saying or what I'm explaining, okay? Feel free to interrupt me, but of course in a polite way, maybe by typing it in a chat room if you are too shy to say it, or maybe just like raise your hand or just say something there with your microphone by muting your audio, okay? Okay. Hello.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, good. Tuh, baru saya uji coba sekali loh. Okay, before we start, I want to make the same perceptions for all of us. Okay, I want to use another applications, but I'm trying to open it right now and it is still loading. Okay, while we are waiting, have you watched the video that I shared the link in a Google Classroom, which is the explanation of Sophia Plus Type 1? Have you watched it?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Do you understand everything?
Not yet, Miss.
Not yet, Aji. Okay, thank you for your honest answer. Okay, for you have watched it, do you understand what is explaining? What is explained there?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Kalau kamu kasih ukuran, it is the difficult material, medium, or easy. Coba tuliskan di kolom chat. Feel free to write your answer there, to type your answer there. Difficult, easy, or medium? Thank you, Aiman. Come on, others. Thank you, Zahwa. Akila, easy, okay. Medium, medium. Okay, so no one thinks that it's hard then. That's good. By the way, have you ever studied it before? Have you ever got that material before?
Yes, Miss.
When? When was it?
When I was junior high school.
Oh, in junior high school. Nice. How about others? Did you also get the material in the junior high school?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Oh. Will you wait for some minutes? Most of you think that if post type 1 is not a hard material. Yeah, please look at the chat room and access the link. Let's work with Mentimeter. I want to make the same perception with you to think about the English. Can you access that? Okay, thank you for you who have answered. Next. Yuk, baru 40, belum ada 50. Okay, 52, 54. Yeah, at least 70. Thank you for answering. So the medium is the winner. Okay, still going. Okay, more. 70. Come on. 15 seconds to go to the next question. Silakan yang belum jawab. Okay, thank you. Sudah 3/4 ya. More than 34. Let's go to the next question. Come on, describe English in one word. But it's okay. Wait, the not good opinion about English. We cannot push everyone to love English, right? Boring lesson, so just write it. Or like something to learn, so just write it. Very nice. Practice, interesting. I really agree with you. To if you want to world. Money language. It's cool. Dominant. What does it mean with dominant? Lovable. Simple. Wow, you think that English is simple? Comparing with Arabic, what English is simpler. But comparing to Indonesian, English is more complicated. Impressive. Okay, thank you for answering. So, yeah, it's still moving. Yeah, this is what we have. Okay, and I will use this your answers in this for these questions to teach you. It means that, yeah, most of you think English level is medium, so it means that, yeah, I will teach with you who think English is medium. Oke, 70, sudah ada 7 yang jawab. Terima kasih ya. Thank you so much. Oke, let's stop it. Thank you for your answer. I will save it later and share it in a classroom if you want to see it. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, most of you think that English is something fun. So it's good then. Yeah, because based on the experience that I have, and I thought, yeah, when I have been teaching in SMAPU for how many years? For 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, most of your seniors think English is something that can relax their mind after they learn about chemistry. Okay, biasanya kalau belajar kimia kan pusing ya, and when they have the English lessons, they think that just can like refresh their mind. Okay, especially in lab bahasa. Okay, thank you for your answer. And right now, let's go to our main activity. This is the explanation of the material. It is about procedural text. And to talk about procedural text, there are 2 materials that you need to finish. The first is about the text itself, procedural text, and the second is if clause type 1 as one of the language features for you to make procedural text. Okay, and I believe that only by reading my infographic about procedural text that I shared in Google Classroom, everything is clear for you. Am I right? Okay, so okay, I want to know your opinion about procedural text. Can you write it in a chat room? Okay, don't copy the answers from the infographic, but share your own opinion. What do you think about procedural text? Silakan, mau bahasa Indonesia juga boleh. Procedural text itu apa sih? Or maybe you can give the example of it. Where do you always find it? I think you are familiar with the procedure, right? Come on, feel free to type your answer there in the chat room. Ayo, ada yang mau mengawali? Lagi mikir ya? Step to do something. Thank you, Iqbal. Right. Something that we can use to show some directions. Raihana, thank you. Tunjuk untuk membuat sesuatu from Nisa. Okay. Tutorial, Bahira. Yeah, it's tutorial. Yeah. What is the English of tutorial? Ayo yang lain. To get something. Okay, Chika, thank you. Galuh, text to tell how to do. To do what? How to make something. How to do something and make something. Okay, thank you, Alif. Alif Dipa. Next. Instructions for doing something from Sophia. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, you know what it is, but let me clearly use something. Wait. Tadi ada yang nulis apa ya? Yeah, something that we can use to show some directions. Okay, I think it's not directions. Yeah, kalau directions, it's like to show you how to go somewhere. Okay, it's directions. But in a procedural text, it show you how to do something. Okay, ini tuh text that we need to help us doing something that we're unfamiliar with. Okay, can you give me the example of procedural text or something that you can find in our school? Recipes, okay, Aisyah, thank you. Bagan kerja, right? What is bagan kerja in English?
Work
bagan. Sorry, apa Nova? Apa Iman? Work procedures, modul. Apa lagi? Come on, when you want to operate something in a laboratory, there will be like an instruction there. What do you call it? SOP, right, Ali? Yeah, SOP or manual. I think you can find it everywhere. So that's what you can call as the procedural text. Yeah, maybe the procedure, the simple one, you can find it from how to make something, like how to cook. There is one of the topic that the teachers of LB asks you to make, right? It is about cooking. Yeah, I think that that's a simple one. Okay. Okay. Saya share-in infografiknya dulu ya. To make it here. Kita bahas satu-satu. Has it been shown to you? Sudah muncul belum?
Sudah, Miss.
Sudah, okay. Yeah. So procedural text. Please don't be mistaken to pronounce it. Procedural text, okay, bukan prosedur ya. Procedure text, yeah, it's a text which shows a process in order. Okay, there is a keyword in order. Artinya in order itu berarti harus cara apa? Urut. Ya, itu ya. In a sequence of order, harus berurutan. You cannot switch the steps. For example, steps number 2 into number 1. No, because if you don't do it in an order, so it means that you will ruin everything in the procedure, right? And if we talk about text, okay, there are always 3 points that you need to know about it. The first is social function. The second is text structure or generic structure, and the third is language features. Ada 3. What is the first? Can you answer me? With a voice. Apa tadi? Yang pertama? Hello? Hello, can you listen to me? What is the first?
Yes, Miss.
Social function.
Okay, social function. So about the second?
Types of procedure.
No, it's not it.
Generic
structure. Text structure.
Yeah, text structure or generic structure. And the third is, what is it? The last
Language
one?
features.
Language features, right. There are 3 points that you need to know if you learn about text. The first is social function. The second is text structure or generic structure. And the third is language features. And here I add one more, what we call it, explanations about it, about types of procedure. Okay, let's talk about the social functions. I think from these definitions, you can clearly know that it is used to tell the readers how to make or do something. in a sequence of order. Jadi ada keywordnya adalah di kata how to make sama how to do. Okay, and also a sequence of order, harus dalam berurutan. Okay, to tell the readers how to make or do something in sequence of order. And if I differentiate from what I read, we can differentiate it into two types. Okay, the first is the one that gives instruction. Contohnya apa? Instructions to do a particular activity, such as recipe. Kalau kamu mau masak ya, and then game rule. If you love game, the first thing that maybe you will find is how to play the game, right? Okay, the game rule yang biasanya kalau dalam game applications you can find it in a question icon, right? And then or preparation to work in a laboratory. Yeah, it is instructions to do a particular activity. And the second is a procedural text that gives instructions to operate something. Kalau yang tadi untuk memberikan instruksi untuk melakukan aktivitas tertentu, but the second is to operate something, like SOP or manual. Yeah, how to operate a printer, how to turn on TV, how to work with your gadget, for example, how to operate analytical balance or other instruments that you can find in a laboratory. Okay, and let's move on to the text structure. There are only 3. It's so easy. Okay, as what you can see here, what is the first? The goal. The second is the materials, and the third is the steps. I think it's easy. Goal. Kalau goal itu bahasa Indonesia-nya apa ya? Tujuan, right? The purpose of writing the text, right? For example, it is to operate something, so how to operate something. And then materials, something that you need to make the procedure runs well. And then the last is the steps. Okay, let's make it clear by looking to the examples that we have here. Okay, biasanya, okay, usually the procedural text that you will find is like this. How to use spectrophotometer. Okay, it is as the title. And usually the title is used to state the goal of the text. So there will be no, what we call it, no explanation after it, usually, okay? And the next, you will find the materials. But if you want to give instructions to operate something, sometimes there is no materials needed because what you need is only the tool, okay? So the materials is something optional that you can mention. Artinya optional itu apa?
Tidak wajib.
Ya, tidak wajib, right? You may use it or you may not use it. That's for the materials. Okay. And the last is the steps. I think, yeah, I think you know it, right? Because it is the instructions to use spectrophotometer. So it tells you the steps how to use it. By the way, have you operated spectrophotometer before? May I know?
No, Miss.
No, not yet. Yeah. Okay, it's okay. Kalaupun belum, yang penting udah tahu steps-nya dulu ya. Nyicil lah. Okay, that one. So the goal is stated in the title, and materials is something that is optional, and the last is the steps. You have to write it in order. Okay. Now let's talk about the language features. I think the generic structure is clear for you, right? Now let's talk about the language features. Language features itu kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan adalah fitur bahasanya, or the part of languages that you can use to make the text. Okay. Here I have some. The first is imperative. Ada yang tahu imperatif itu apa? Let's answer it. Because it's hard for me to open the chat room. Can you answer it by saying it? Ada yang tahu imperatif itu apa?
Keharusan.
Keharusan. Ya, I have someone said keharusan.
Perintah.
Perintah. Ada lagi?
Mengajak.
Mengajak. Oke, apa lagi?
Sesuatu yang penting.
Sorry, your voice is not too clear. Siapa tadi yang jawab?
Sesuatu yang penting.
Obligation.
Perintah untuk mengerjakan sesuatu yang penting.
Oh ya, perintah ya. Okay. Yes, right. Imperative can be it's like asking someone to do something, and it is always starts. There is no object. There is no subject for this sentence. Okay, imperative is a sentence, but there is no subject. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me correct what I'm saying. Imperative is not a sentence, but it is a part of the language because it doesn't have any subject. Okay, there is no subject here. This phrase also starts with verb 1, like what you can see here. Turn spectrophotometer on. Okay, so there is no subject here. Cuma ngasih perintah aja. Kalau lawannya perintah apa ya? What is the opposite of perintah?
Larangan.
Larangan,
Larangan.
right? Yeah, and to make larangan, okay, you don't start it with verb 1, tapi biasanya di depannya ditambahin apa?
Done.
Done, right? Don't turn spectrophotometer on, contohnya. Ya, for example, open the door. Don't open the door. Okay? Okay, itu yang disebut sebagai imperative. And mostly, procedural text always use imperative to tell the steps without mentioning the subject. Jadi nggak nyebutin I or you or everyone or any name. Oke, ingat-ingat ya. For procedural text, to write the steps, you don't need to write the subject of the sentence. Okay. And as what you can see, I think most of them are in the form of imperative. And next language features is the adverbs. Adverbs kalau di dalam bahasa Indonesia, what do you call it?
Kata keterangan.
Kata keterangan, right. Yeah, and here if you look at below, there is also adverbs of sequence. Berarti artinya apa adverbs of sequence? Sequence tadi kan di atas. Right, to tell steps, to tell order. Oke, contohnya kalau adverbs of sequence ada kata the last. Nah, kalau di nomor 1 biasanya apa adverbs of sequence-nya? When you want to start first, right. After first, what can you write? Second, third, fourth, and so on. Nah, selain kata yang menunjukkan bilangan, what other adverbs of sequence can you use?
Next.
Then, right?
After that.
After that, good.
Finally.
Good.
For.
Good. Okay, good. It means that you understand that. Okay, that's for adverbs of sequence. But for other adverbs, for example, like this one, it shows times. Ya, minutes. Biasanya sih showing time ya. Minutes or like, for example, if you were cooking something, the instruction is mix it apa? If you need to mix it apa? Or stir it? Stir it well, for example. Nah, kata well di situ is also called as an adverb. Or, for example, move it carefully. Yang mana yang jadi adverbs? Move it carefully. Which one is the adverb? Carefully. Right, something like that. Okay, that's for the adverbs. Okay, good. Let's move on to the next language features. Okay, I will skip this one. Let's talk about the action verbs. Action verbs. Kata kerja yang berbentuk apa? Action. Showing you an action. Okay, yeah, for example, open and then close. Ada kata lagi yang kamu temukan di sini which shows the action verbs?
Choose.
Choose, okay.
Turn.
Turn, good. Ada lagi? Set, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you know it. Let's move on to the last. Okay, yang paling bawah sendiri. Yang tadi masih saya skip, I will explain in the end. Simple present tense. The next language feature is simple present tense. So, because procedural text is telling how to do something, of course, it is really impossible for you to make it into past tense or future tense. Okay, all the sentences must be in simple present tense. So when you have to write your script for your presentations, remember, you have to write it in simple present tense for all the sentences. Ya, ingat harus pakai simple present tense. And okay, let's move on to the language features that I skipped. It is if clause with imperative. Okay, as what I stated in the beginning, that in this project, you are going to study two materials. The first is procedure text and the second is if clause. And there are two if clause that you have to learn. The first is if clause type 1 itself, and the second is if clause type 1 with imperative. What they are, look at the example here. If the solution is colorless, choose UV range which has 200 until 380 nanometer wavelength. Yeah, and the second is if the solution is colorful, choose visible range which is 380 until 780 nanometer wavelength. Okay, from the two example here, ada yang sama bagian apanya?
If the solution.
Yeah, both of the sentence have if, which if you translate to Indonesian, it means
Jika.
jika, right. Jadi kalau mau diartikan seperti ini adalah kalimat jika, ya. And, okay, if you look at again to the sentence has two sentences. Okay, the first, saya ke poin 3 dulu ya. If the solution is colorless, and the second is choose UV range which has blah 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 blah. Okay, and if Indonesian biasanya kamu menyebutnya dengan kalimat majemuk. Kalau dalam bahasa Inggris ada yang tahu disebutnya apa kalimat majemuk itu? Anyone knows? Anyone knows kalimat majemuk in English? How do you call it? Sudah saya kasih clue. Compound sentence.
Compound.
Ya, C-O-M-P-O-U-N-D. Compound sentence. Itu adalah kalimat majemuk yang ada ibunya sama anaknya ya. There is induk kalimat and anak kalimat. Kalau dalam bahasa Inggrisnya disebut main clause and subclause. Okay, I will stop in this part. Is everything clear? Or do you have any questions? Because we need to move to the next material. This is about if clause. Can you give your reaction, anyone? It was clear for you? Give your reaction. Sorry?
I have a question.
Yes, please, Aji.
Is it if clause with imperative stuff is obligatory to use in the language features?
Of procedural text, you mean?
Is it if clause with imperative is obligatory, wajib atau enggak?
Yeah.
Wajib.
Do you mean especially in procedural text?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, okay. Actually, if it is the general one, it's okay for using if clause or not in a procedural text. But since in this in this material, the teachers decided that you are going to finish the material of procedural also if clause. So it means when you have to write your procedural text letter as one of the project from us, you have to make if clause in your procedural text. Do you get it, Aji? Because one of the point that we will score from your script and also from your presentation is the way you use if clause type 1 and also if clause type 1 with imperative. Do you get it?
Get it, miss. Thank you, miss.
Okay. You're welcome. Is there any other question? All enough? Do you understand it? Can you say yes or no or what? Can we say enough, miss? Your reaction, please. Can you give your reaction? Okay, thank you for the thumb. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. To save our time, let's move to the next material. Okay, this is about if clause. Saya sharekan lagi ya. Oke, sudah nampak belum?
Sudah, Miss.
Conditional sentence. Yeah, if you have, and if you is everything clear there. But here I will help the students who cannot understand. Term that you can call if clause. It is called as conditional sentence. Okay, it will be explained here. Okay. Yeah. So here we are going to discuss if clause type 1 and explanation. Okay. Just yang ini saya skip ya. Okay. So let's go directly to tell about if clause type 1. Okay. Can you read it, everyone? Galuh, can you read it for us? Galuh, hello, Galuh from 12.9. Can you read the function for us? Galuh? I can hear your voice. Are you speaking? Galuh, are you there? I cannot hear your voice. Sudah di-mute ya sebenarnya? Sudah di-unmute, sorry. Yeah, maybe there's a problem there. How about you, Gina? Coba. Gina from 12.7?
Yes, Miss.
You read it for us?
Okay, Miss. Function if plus type 1, it is used to express something that has a high probability to happen in the future if the condition in the present is.
Okay, thank you, Gina. This statement, everyone, express something that has high probability to happen in the future. Apa kalau ditranslate Indonesian? Punya kemungkinan yang apa?
Tinggi.
Tinggi untuk terjadi in the future, di masa depan, if the condition in the present is fulfilled. Yeah. Right, term is also called conditional sentence. Artinya kalimat yang membutuhkan terpenuhinya sebuah kondisi always if in the sentence. Okay, and okay, I have an example here. I will get diarrhea if I eat too much spicy food. Or you can make it into this form too. If I eat too much spicy food, I will get diarrhea. Yeah, both of the sentences are the same, but you can put the if clause in the beginning, the if clause in the end of the sentence. And remember, like what is explained in the video, if you put if clause in the beginning of the sentence, what will you need before the main clause? Comma, right. And yeah, for your information, I will be so strict with the punctuation. Saya akan cukup strict dengan tanda baca ya. Pun ketika kalian mengerjakan tugas, ataupun nanti ada comma, if you write if clause and you put if clause in the beginning of the sentence, and the one without if, you call it as main clause. Atau is it understandable? Is it understandable, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss. Let me move on. Sorry. Nggak bisa ya? Can you still hear my voice?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me explain it clearly to you. To tell about the function. Okay. There should be a condition which is fulfilled. Okay. Which is, what is it? I eat too much spicy food. Okay. It is just the condition. So if this condition is fulfilled, there will be the result, which is I will get diarrhea. So if the condition doesn't happen, will be a result or not?
Not, Miss. Not, Miss.
Jadi kalau aku nggak makan makanan pedas, aku bakalan sakit perut nggak?
Enggak.
Enggak.
Right. Akan sakit perut jika makan pedas. And it has a high probability. Artinya apa? Ada kemungkinan besar it will happen. Okay. As what you read in the function before, it happens in the future. Okay. Or, let me add, it can also happen in the present. Artinya sudah terjadi belum? Sudah makan pedas atau belum?
Belum.
No, right. Udah sakit perut belum?
Belum.
Not yet too. Right. Okay, so if clause type 1 is used to explain something that hasn't happened, yang belum terjadi. Okay? Ya, diingat ya, foretelling soal psikotes kata Nasuri. Is it right? Yeah. Because it's me who made it. Ada ya, waktu kelas 10 ya? I'm one of the teacher who made the questions. Okay, so the condition, if the condition happens, the result will, if the condition is fulfilled, there will be a result. Kalau conditionnya nggak ada, resultnya akan terjadi gitu ya. And it is used for something that hasn't been happened, yang belum terjadi. Okay, can be happen in the present, tapi bukan saat itu juga, bukan ketika ngomongnya ya, or can happen in the future. Nah, kira-kira bisa nggak untuk menyampaikan sesuatu that happen in the past? Contohnya, jika aku pergi sama dia, aku akan senang. Jika minggu lalu aku pergi sama dia, mungkin aku akan senang. Bisa nggak pakai clause type 1?
No.
No, we cannot make it like that. Ingat ya, for something that happened in the future, not for in the past. Oke, kita lanjut dulu. Alright, then stop again. What happened with my device? Sabar ya. Oke, sambil kita nunggu, ya. Okay, like what I explained, that in a if clause sentence there is always two clauses. The first is the main clause, and the second is the if clause. Sekarang kamu coba lihat main clause-nya. Main clause-nya ada di dalam kalimat I will get diarrhea. Ini kalau disebut sebagai tenses, tensesnya tenses apa?
Simple future.
Simple future, right? I will get diarrhea is simple future. So it means that in if clause type 1, you need simple future to make the main clause. Selain kata will, bisa pakai kata apa lagi kira-kira?
Would.
Would? No, because would is simple
Going
past
to,
future. Sorry?
Going to.
I'm going to, no, we cannot use it. Ada yang tahu nggak kenapa kita nggak bisa pakai itu?
Mungkin karena going to dipakai nggak pasti.
Karena nggak pasti, Miss.
Ya, jawabannya kayaknya hampir sama ya. Antara pasti dan nggak pasti. Yang pasti yang mana? Yang pasti yang going to apa yang will? Going to, right. Kalau yang tidak pasti adalah will. Why we use will here? Because although it has a high probability, the result cannot be happen to. Sometimes cannot be happen. Mungkin saja resultnya nggak terjadi ya. Okay, I'm going to be quick. Okay, lihat di sini ucapan ya. Baru use verb 1 and the second is will be plus complementary verbal sentence. Kalau yang di sebenarnya nominal sentence. Okay, what we call it like that. In a sentence in English ada verbnya. Tapi ada kata apa? It can be adjective, it can be noun or adverb. Ya, it can be adjective, it can be noun or it can be adverb. Contohnya kata apa? Ada yang bisa kasih saya contoh? Ada yang bisa kasih saya contoh kata selain verb? Sorry, suaranya agak putus-putus. Terus dicat aja. Come on, another word that is not a verb, but we can use it in a sentence after will. Boleh terus dicat? For example, ya, suaranya agak putus, Sakila. I cannot hear clearly. Boleh ditulis di chat, come on everyone. The word besides verb that you can use in a simple future. Ada adjective, noun, ya contohnya. Contoh kalimatnya apa? Contoh katanya apa?
I will be happy.
I will be happy, okay, good. Happy, ada kata lain? Is it hard for you to find it? Hello?
Will be sick.
I will be sick, okay.
Gloomy. Fine.
Fine, okay, what else?
Sad.
Sad, okay. Ada lagi?
Yes.
Sick.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Okay, angry, or maybe astronaut, boleh nggak? An analyst, boleh nggak?
Boleh.
Boleh aja yang bilang Miss Biyama ya. Okay, analyst is a noun, so you can use it as the complement too. Jadi, saya ulang, complement ini adalah kata selain verb, yang bisa dikategorikan menjadi apa tadi 3? Noun, kata benda, adjective, kata sifat, atau adverb, kata keterangan. Ya, jelas ya. And if there is no verb, you will need be here. Kalau nggak ada verbnya, you will need be. It is the same for the simple present, which you will use to make the if clause, untuk membuat kalimat if clause-nya atau condition-nya. Ya, if you have a verb, you have to make it into this form. I think you know it. Ini sudah dipelajari dari SMP ya. Jangan lupa pemakaian S sama IS untuk subject singular. And if you don't have any verb, you just use to be. For example, I am happy, I am sad. Tadi kamu sebutin ya. I am angry, I am a teacher, I am an architect, I am an analyst. For example, I am in the kitchen, I am in the school. For that part, you use to be. Is that clear for you? Hello, is that clear for you? Can you answer me?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. It is the same too. If you put if clause in the beginning of the sentence, simple presentnya jadi pindah ke depan ya. And then, this is the second form. I think it's easy to understand by you. Kalau if-nya ada di depan, you put the simple present first. Kemudian butuh apa tadi tanda bacanya?
Koma.
And the result you write it in simple future. Saya skip ya bagian ini ya. Here I have some examples of if clause type 1 or conditional sentence type 1 in the positive form, negative form, and also the interrogative form. Let's first look at the positive form. If I have more free time, I will go hanging out with you. If you can come early, we will go with you. And the third, if she wants to pass the test, she should study hard. Look at here. Di bagian pertama bentuknya normal ya. And to the second, look at what I underline. You have the word can. Tadi nggak nyebutin ada kata can di dalam setelah if-nya. Harusnya kan simple present ya. Bener nggak? Bener nggak?
Yes.
Are you following my explanation? I only mention you can use simple present after if, but I don't mention can. But we can also use can for the sentence. Why? Because can, as a modal verb, it is in the present form. Can disebut juga sebagai modal verb, tapi bentuknya dalam bentuk present. Kalau bentuk pasnya can apa? Could. Jadi kalau could boleh dipakai nggak dalam kalimat ini?
Enggak. Tidak.
No. Can you mention any other? Can you mention other modal verbs besides can?
Should.
Should.
Must.
Must. Good.
Must.
Yes, must. Yang depannya M ada lagi.
May.
May. What else? Can you use will? Will boleh nggak?
Boleh.
Boleh juga, but I think it is rarely used. Ada 2 will dalam satu if clause ya. You can use can, should, must, may, might. Can you use it?
No.
No. Has to boleh nggak?
No, I think.
No.
You can use it, has to. If you have to come early, boleh. Ya, have to itu termasuk modal verb juga. Ya. Like that, And look at the third ya. Kenapa tadi butuh S? It depends on the subject. I think you know it. Nah, look at here. And what I explained before, for the main clause you use simple future tense, but I use the word should here, and it is okay too. So it means you can use other modal verb to replace will in main clause. Do you understand that? You can use other modal verb, okay, to replace will in the main clause. Boleh pakai verb modal yang lain selain will di main clause-nya. Contohnya apa? Like what you mentioned here before. Kata should, kata can, and then may, and others. Contohnya, you can study hard, contohnya. Tapi nggak nyambung ya artinya. Yeah, you can also use that modal verb. Do you understand that, everyone?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. Okay, let's move on to the negative one. Okay, for the simple present, you make it into don't go, right? Bukan not go ya. Ingat ya, if she
Doesn't.
doesn't, okay, good. Okay, artinya udah ngerti ya. And then for we
Won't.
one, okay. I think you can read it later. Okay, nanti saya upload ya di KCR lagi. Interrogative form is the main clause. Ya, tidak bisa if clause-nya dijadikan interrogative. Okay. If I eat your cupcake, will it be okay? What is the answer?
No.
No. Okay, answer it in a complete sentence. Can you please? If I, sorry, if you
If you eat my cup,
if you eat my cupcake,
it won't be okay.
it won't be okay. Good. Okay. Next, if you come late to your class, what will your teacher do? Can you answer it?
The teacher will the teacher will
The teacher will be angry.
the teacher will let you in.
Okay. Yeah. One of you answer the teacher will get angry, but one of you answer the teacher won't let me to apa tadi? Won't let me to go in.
Won't let you in.
Won't let me.
Won't let you in.
Oh, won't let you in. Okay. Yeah. Something like that. Okay. But remember, if you have this question, you have to answer it in a complete sentence. If I come late to my class, the teacher. Clear with this? Is it clear? Sorry. Okay, pertanyaannya di akhir aja ya. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, let's move on to the if clause type 1 with imperative. Actually, it has the same function. If clause type 1 can be used with imperative. We put the imperative to the high probability to something to happen, and there should be a condition that should be fulfilled. Okay, and you change the main clause simple future lagi, tapi dalam bentuk imperative. Contohnya apa? This one. Tell your homeroom teacher if you can attend the class. Atau bisa juga dibalik. If you can't attend the class, tell your homeroom teacher. Okay, do you get it, everyone? Hello, do you get it, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, jadi if clause-nya the same, okay, you use the same pattern for the if clause, so use simple present. But for the main clause, you don't use simple future anymore, but you change it into imperative by using without any subject, but started with verb 1. Okay, this is the pattern. It is the same like before. Okay, for the imperative, you started with verb, yeah, tell your teacher, verb plus blah blah blah, and then the if clause. If it is in the negative one, you use don't. Okay, for example, don't mix the clothes kalau mau nyuci ya contohnya, and blah blah blah. Okay, and for the conditional main clause, you make it into simple present. It's the same. Let's move on to the next pattern. Next patternnya sama. Kalau if clause-nya ada di depan, the condition you use simple present, and for the result you use imperative. Dan ingat kalau if-nya di depan tadi dipakein tanda baca apa?
Koma.
Okay. Okay, this is the use of it. I have another example. If you have free time, come to my house. If you're tired, take a rest for a while. And then for the negative one, if I come late, don't lock the front door. If you don't like it, don't take it. How about the interrogative one? There is no form of interrogative sentence for if clause type 1 with imperative. Okay, like what I said before, kalau dalam if clause type 1 without, tapi kalau imperative, there is no interrogative.
Yes.
Infographic about it. Okay, thank you. Okay. Rehana katanya confused. Yang bagian mana Rehana? Now let's open the Q&A session. Silakan, ada yang mau bertanya boleh. Feel free to ask anything, everyone. Daripada nggak bisa, mending tanya. Oke, Q&A dulu untuk materinya ya. I will not open the Q&A for the project. Untuk materinya dulu, silakan. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Nggak ada. Do you understand that? Can you answer it yes or no in the chat room? Do you understand my explanation, everyone? Can you write yes or no? Okay, thank you, Salma. If you are confused like Raihana, it's okay to write it confused. Okay, thank you, Akila. It's okay for writing note too. Okay, yeah, most of you answered yes. Boleh ayo lagi yang banyak, so I can know whether you understand my explanation or not. Yeah, most of you answered yes. Okay, come on, more. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, good. So, okay, feel free to chat me if you need to ask anything related to material. And let's now talk about the project that you are going to make. Okay, in the short term, you have to write the script, right? Saya sudah upload kantong tugasnya for you to submit your script there. Nah, ada yang mau ditanyakan nggak? No? Is everything clear? Because your LB teacher told me that maybe you have something to ask related to the script. Are you sure you don't have any question?
Yes, I want to ask questions.
Are you sure, please? Can you mention your name?
My name is Rizky from 11-9.
Okay.
I want to ask a question. Is there any minimum to put sentence that contain if clause type 1 in this procedure text project?
Okay. A very good question, Rizky. Of course, the minimum is 1. Yeah, if clause type 1 and if clause past imperative. But more if clause you put, more score will you get for that point. Okay. Jadi pemakaian if clause akan jadi satu poin itu sendiri to score your script and also your presentation. Yeah, so if you are able to add more than one if clause or one if clause and imperative in your procedural text, that will be much better for you. Is that clear, Rizky?
Yes, that was clear, Miss. Thank you.
Welcome. Any other question?
Miss,
Yes.
I want to ask about the project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boleh ulangi? Salma.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Salma. What is your question, Salma?
For the script, for the project, do we need to use all of the language feature that you gave us in the infographic?
The answer is no.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
all of them are optional. But I think for the language features that you have to use, maybe you will not realize you will use all of them, I believe. Okay, you will not realize it. For the imperative, yes, you have to use it, right? Simple present, yes, you have to use simple present. If clause, yes, you have to use it in your procedural text because we will score it. And for the adverbs, I think you will not realize that you will use it in your sentence.
Okay, Miss.
That you will use it, okay? But if you ask me whether you have to use all the language features or not, the answer is no. Okay,
Okay, Miss.
Salma?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Any other question? Yeah, I got information from the LB teachers that some students asked me whether can they put the descriptions of the thing that they are going to give the procedure in their text, okay, to make the text longer because, wait, may I know how many minutes you will have in your presentation? May I know the time of 5 minutes? Yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, maybe you need to make your text longer, or maybe you need more sentences to add in your text to make your presentation long, to reach the 5 minutes. And yeah, your ABA teacher tell me whether there are some students who ask them whether they can put the definitions of the tool, for example, if they want to tell the instructions to operate something in their text. By the way, do you have the same questions or not? Like what I'm saying? Contoh apa khususnya untuk yang punya topiknya, temnya adalah instrument, laboratory instrument, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. So it's okay to add description of the tool in your text, but don't make it dominant. Okay. Maybe in only 1 until 4 sentences. Okay, but don't make it long, because the we call it the main focus in this project is to make the procedure text. Okay, so focus to make to explain the steps as detailed as possible. Okay, as detailed as possible. Add more explanation about it. Okay, I know that maybe you can find a lot of sources to write your script. Okay. But make it in your own word and explain it by yourself. It will be much more easier for you when you have your presentation later. Okay, that's the answer for that question. Ada pertanyaan lain? The question?
Yes, I want to ask.
Yes, please, Aisyah.
For the cooking theme, should we mention the ingredients or the steps only?
Yeah, and the ingredient is part of the materials. Do you think so or not? Aisyah, hello?
Okay, thank you, Miss.
I haven't answered your questions. I give you a question, but you just said thank you. Yeah, ingredient is a part of the materials, okay? So yes, you need to write it. Like what I explained the procedure text, the materials is optional. Optional artinya kalau nggak ada ya nggak usah ditampilin materialnya. Kalau ada, so write it. Oke? Okay? Ya, tapi kalau cooking pasti selalu ada ingredientnya lah ya. I think for the one who got the laboratory instrument, maybe you will not need it, or maybe the accommodation. Ada yang dapat accommodation? Ada ya? Time accommodation ya? Right? Maybe you want to tell the step to book a hotel by using ticket.com, okay, application. Maybe you will not need any material there, right? Mungkin materialnya aplikasi ya, tapi you can put it in the step, something like that. Okay. Is everything clear? Okay, one last. Okay, if everything is clear, I have one last instruction for you. Please write in a room chat by making one if clause type 1 or if clause type 1 with imperative based on your real condition right now. In a chat room, please. And if clause type 1. To let me know whether you understand my explanation or not. Come on, I give you 3 minutes, starting from now. Come on, no one made it. So type it there in a chat room. One if clause type 1 or type 1 with imperative. Any sentence. Okay, thank you, Najwa. Okay. If the Zoom meeting is over, I will sleep. Anissa. Yeah. I think I will do the same like what you said here. Oh, son, if the Zoom meeting can early, I want to go sleep. Is it like a code or what? You want to end it earlier as soon as possible? Oh, dan Sofia belum makan siang. Ayo semuanya, I will check it. So everyone should write. If you haven't, so there will be no checklist for your name later. Ya, boleh di stop dulu bikin kalimatnya. Please access the Menti link that I shared in the chat room. Yeah, most of you said that you want to sleep after the Zoom meeting ends. Are you feeling sleepy right now? Sorry then for making you feeling sleepy and for disturbing your sleep, your nap time. Oke, yuk setidaknya saya tunggu sampai 70 ya. Yeah, so the question there will be the questions here, and I want you to check whether the sentences are correct or not, okay, to make in the clause type 1. Okay, so just click correct or incorrect. Okay, ya 7 orang lagi saya tunggu. Yang belum bergabung silahkan. Empat orang lagi saya tunggu. So we can start it and finish it. Udah nambah lagi. And the others. Okay, let's start it now. Ready, everyone? You only have 15 seconds, so hurry up, answer it. Okay, let's see. And the answer is correct or incorrect? It is incorrect. Why it is incorrect? Ada yang jawab incorrect? 15 orang, ada yang bisa mewakili satu. Why it is incorrect? If I study at school right now, I will feel happy.
It must be I will be happy, not I will feel happy.
Aji, sorry, can you repeat your answer?
It must be I will be happy, not I will feel happy. Am I right?
Okay, I will keep your answer. Okay. Any other opinion?
Because it happens at the present, not in the future.
Can you mention your name first, sorry?
I'm Raihana.
Okay, Raihana, yes. What is your opinion about it?
Because it happened in the present, not for the future.
Because it happened in the present, but not in the future. Okay, I will keep your answer. Any other opinion about it? Especially for you who answer incorrect. Ayo. No one wants to try. Why it is incorrect? Actually, for the form, it is correct. If I study at school right now, I will feel happy. So, Aji, it's okay for using feel here. Feel is we call it, it's a verb. It's okay too. And after feel, you put adjective. Yeah, it's still okay. And for Raihana answer, because it happens at the present, not in the future. Actually, that's not the what do you call it? The strong reason to tell it that it is incorrect. What makes it incorrect is it is for something impossible. If I study at school right now, is it possible or not?
No. No.
No, why?
Because now it's pandemic.
Yeah, it is a pandemic, and where are you right now?
At home.
At home, right? You are not right home. Look at here. I use the word right now. You are at home right now. It is impossible for you to study at school right now because you are at home studying with me through Zoom meeting, right? It is impossible to happen. So it is incorrect if you make it into if clause type 1. Do you understand that?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah. Kalau for something impossible, you use if clause type 2. And we don't study that. Kalau type 2, for your information, if I studied at school right now, I would feel happy. That's how you will make your if clause to make it correct. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Yes,
okay, let's
Miss.
move on to the next. Okay. Oh, sorry, this is the result first. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Miss.
Oh, Zana, okay, next. Correct or incorrect? It's correct. Okay, this sentence is correct for if clause to help him if he has a homework from his school. Ya mungkin for some condition itu incorrect ya. Kalau kan karena ini tidak diterangkan konteksnya apa. Okay, saudaraku akan minta bantuanku kalau dia punya PR itu. For some condition, contohnya kalau kakaknya terlalu nyebelin, adanya akan nanya ya. Something like that ya. Maybe do you understand what I mean here? Result first. Hello, Mas Pimpin. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, I won't get good scores if kenapa incorrect?
Because it's in
The past.
Yeah, it happens in the past. Kalau dalam past tadi sudah. Nah, kalau dalam if clause kita pakainya if clause type 3. Okay, for your information, bukan if clause type 1. Ada keywordnya dalam class. last semester. Okay, let's see the result. Masih memimpin. Yeah, so the winner is Arlene.
Yes, Miss.
Arlene di rumah. Arlene.
Yeah, Miss.
Okay, please text me, okay?
Thank you, Miss.
Please text me. Yang pakai WiFi saya kasih GoPay ya, atau OVO ya. Okay, Alvan, Alif, and also siapa tadi? Saya lupa. Sudah saya sebutkan pokoknya ya. Okay, the last for closing our meeting. Lagi ya, silakan akses mentinya. Ini for not being scored, but ya, silakan diakses. The last, and then I will end the meeting. And if you have any questions, feel free to chat me. Okay. Oke, silakan langsung dijawab. Untuk setiap poin silakan dikasih scale ya. Baru 2 orang yang join. Come on, I need more. Ayo lagi, baru 9 orang. Satu, one more. Kalau yang kalimatnya positif, berarti semakin kamu setuju, skalanya semakin besar. Kalau yang negatif, kalau kamu setuju, skalanya besar juga ya. Kalau nggak setuju, berarti skalanya kecil. Oke. Okay. Okay, good. I'm happy to see this result. It means that you understand it. Although maybe some of you need more time to understand the material, but at least you know what you should do for this material. Ya, sudah 68, thank you. Saya lanjut ya, yang belum silahkan boleh diakses. 7, 3, 4. Okay, thank you for your participation, everyone. Okay, let's move on to the second. Okay, this one. Boleh 1, 2, 3 jawaban. You may say that it's boring, it's okay too. Come on. I can see any result here yet. Don't use the same word that you use for the preference. Or maybe you want to say sleepy, it's okay too. Yeah, you feel sleepy. Okay, thank you for your thank you. Oke, confused. Ada yang jawab confused. Respon silahkan ya, lanjutkan. Masih saya tunggu. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining the class today. Yeah, hopefully it's everything clear for you. And you still need any help or need to consult anything related to the project, please text me, okay? Yang belum menuliskan jawaban silahkan di chat ya. And I think that's all for today. And tadi yang 3 orang who win the quiz, please text me after the class is over. So that's all I think for today. Thank you for coming, participating, and also for responding for everything that I'm asking you to do. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Don't forget to confirm your attendance in Google Classroom.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. you.